Okay, we're live. So, David here with Independence Live. I've got Colin Fox once again from the Scottish Socialist Party down there in the Edinburgh of the South, the Greek capital, Athens. Colin, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, David. It's 8:30 here in Athens, and the country is going absolutely bonkers because both the exit polls have shown Syriza not with a 6% lead, which was what the poll of polls predicted, but a 12% lead. So it looks like Syriza will have the outright majority they've been hoping for all along. So it's fantastic.
Okay, and that pretty much means that should it stay that way, that Syriza will take about half of the seats in the parliament. Is that correct?
That is correct, which is quite something in a proportional system, as you might understand. But
yeah.
I mean, people are really, really overjoyed here.
I can imagine. Are they drinking anything special?
Yeah, they're drinking some ouzo, they're drinking sipuros. That's what I'm drinking. It's lovely. A bit like whiskey, goes right down and keeps you warm in the middle. So yeah, it's great. I mean, I've just been interviewing or just talking to a guy called Yanni. Yanni was in tears. He's about my age. 2 years ago, he was tear gassed by the police when they were protesting against the austerity measures in Syntagma Square in the centre of Athens. And here he is, his party is now in government and they're in charge of the police. So it's quite an emotional time for people here who went through that experience, you know.
And I think I'd be right in saying that only 2 years ago, Syriza were a peripheral party and they were pretty much marginalised by the mainstream media in Greece.
Yeah, you would be right in saying so. In 2008, I think it was, PASOK, which is the Labour Party's equivalent, they got 44% of the vote. I mean, they won the election out the park. Tonight, they're at 4%. So somewhere along the line, they lost 40%. And the reason was they introduced all the cuts. They cut folks' wages in half. They cut pensions in half. They forced folk into poverty. They cut their electricity off. They evict them for their houses. And quite frankly, PASOK are finished. And Syriza are the most radical left-wing party, now the most radical left-wing government Europe has seen since the 1930s. This isn't the Labour Party. This isn't some kind of pretendy socialist party. These are anti-capitalists. And they now have seats, would you believe it? Not just in the Greek government, but on the executive of NATO, on the executive of the European Central Bank. So, hey, quite something. You can imagine what they must be feeling like in the headquarters of those organisations and institutions tonight, waiting the Syriza guys arrive in the morning. Woo.
Indeed, and Jean-Claude Juncker, the president of the European Commission, has gone as far as to describe Syriza as extremists and to warn the Greeks against voting for them. So I think he's in for a bit of egg in his face in the morning.
No half. I mean, the Greek people are effectively saying, hey, Juncker, you're the extremist. You're the extremist that forced us to eat dirt for the last 6 years. You know, folk are on their knees here and he put them there. So they're about to say we're having the tables turned. You know, this is a democratic decision. I mean, it's a hugely significant decision. And the left-wing socialists who are now in the government, in the 1960s, they were illegal. They were in jail. They weren't even allowed to discuss their politics. I know that's a long time ago, the 1960s, but obviously they people were still around. They're around now. They're older men and women, and now the country belongs to them, not the junta, not the polis, and certainly not Juncker in Berlin or Frankfurt. So the tide is completely changed, and the people of Greece are in charge at long last. It's a fantastic atmosphere. You can imagine what that's like. It'd be the equivalent of what Scotland would have been like last September if we'd won the referendum.
Well, we've only got ourselves to blame for that one. But what I'm interested to know is how are the mainstream media going to pick themselves up as of tomorrow? Are they going to start towing a more popular line? Or are they still in the pocket of big business?
Yeah, they're not going to change. It'll take more than this, as important as this been. Their attitude is that Syriza will get nowhere, that the ECB and the European Union and the IMF will hump to them, you know, send them packing. Yeah. And of course, that's an open question. Now, Syriza, you might well say, is as daft as it might seem, given this tremendous victory that they've worked hard for, this might be the easy bit. Winning the election might be the easy bit. Now they've got to deliver. And what they've got to deliver is making Juncker eat 150 billion euros of Greek debts. So, hey, get a ringside seat for that battle. This is Fraser and Muhammad Ali again.
Excellent. And I think another thing that might need to be delivered are the Elgin marbles back to Greece. So, is there a new call from Syriza to get the Elgin marbles back?
Well, I'll give you an exclusive for Independence Live. Over here, and I've been telling I represent the Scottish people, and in Greece and in Athens they're called the Parthenon marbles. They don't call them the Elgin marbles because they belong to Greek people. They're marbles, so they call them the Parthenon marbles. And I've got a deal for us back there in Scotland. I've said, tell you, because in January here I'm walking about in my Scotland jersey, and it's absolutely brand new, the weather. So that's a deal I cut. What do you think?
Well, you held it here first on Independence Live. Sorry, Colin, you broke up just a little bit there, so we didn't quite catch all of it, but you brokered a deal for the Parthenon marbles. Okay, so fantastic stuff. Is there anything else that you found out since? Have you been talking to anybody interesting?
Well, I have today my colleagues and comrades for the Radical Independence campaign in Scotland around Jonathan Sharpie.
Cat Boyd, her hair's looking lovely. We've got...
she's gorgeous. She's in her finery. Jonathan Sharpie, Suki and David, they've all come over from Glasgow. So we're lapping it up, man. We were down in the square. That's why I was late for my interview with Independence Live. There's a massive big marquee down in the centre of town. And it's absolutely jam-packed. They're singing this Bella Ciao. Do you know that song? Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Ciao, Ciao. It's like a dance.
Yeah.
So we're babying, we're dancing, we're flying the Syriza flags. And everybody's cuddling you when they see the Yes Scotland bag in my Scotland strip, man. Fantastic. It's brilliant.
It looks like we've missed a gig. We should have been doing there. So
come here, you've still got time. Get a flight tomorrow morning. It'll still be partying all week here, man.
I think it will. It should be party time for at least a couple of weeks before the headache starts to come. But then of course the hard work begins.
Sorry, I just been asked here. Know that they're going to party tonight, and then of course they realise they've got serious business today. Because the one thing they're not going to do is let people down, They're not about to rat on the promises they made to double the national minimum wage to €750. God, it's not even that much, is it? €750 a month. That's the national minimum wage here. And if they introduce that, that's double what it is now. So, I think Syriza realise this is serious stuff. They've got a hell of a lot of work to do, and they're determined they're not going to be seen as the same sellouts that democracy were, and I believe them.
Good. Excellent. Well, we're all behind that. Colin, we've just been asked here, could you possibly repeat what the exclusive was there just before we lost you on sound?
Yeah, I'd be happy to repeat it again, even though this wouldn't be an exclusive since I said it before, right? But the Elgin marbles in Greece are known as the Parthenon marbles, right? Because they belong to the Greeks. So I've exclusively done a deal on behalf of the people of Scotland to say, we'll give you the marbles back, we'll get them at the London Museum, and we'll trade you for some of the sunshine you've got here in Greece, because it's January, and it feels like a July day in Edinburgh. So what about that then?
That's fantastic. The Edinburgh of the South, indeed.
The Edinburgh of the South, that's right. So tomorrow I'm flying back to the Edinburgh of the North, and I'm bringing some of the Edinburgh of the South politics with me. Look out, here I come.
Excellent, Colin. Thanks very much for what you're doing for us, okay? Thanks very much to Kevin for the technical support, and thanks very much for everyone who's listened in. You had to wait for about half an hour there, but Colin, we'll see you when you get back, okay?
Thank you, David. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Right, comrade. Cheerio. Okay, everybody, just before we sign off, we're in the middle of a crowdfunder, so we're trying to raise £4,000 £5, please go on to independencelive.net. Okay, read the proposal. Give what you can. Let other people know that they can also make a donation. Okay, just keep Scottish media, Scottish new media, independent Scottish new media alive, because without it, we go back to the dark days. Okay, everybody, peace.